Captain Clark Kent, Captain Pat Cummins. He comes after a break of 6 months, rips the soul of the England batting lineup, takes wickets and gets the Ashes. If he's not Superman, then what he is? Captain Pat Cummins once again enhanced his legacy by ensuring he won back-to-back Ashes. Steve Smith only managed to win it in 2017. Cummins won it in 2021. Now he's won it in 2025 as well. But in the press conference, he was humble, he was surprised, but he gave a massive revelation on two things. Number one, Cummins makes a massive admission that I doubt I will play Melbourne and then we will have a talk for Sydney. So Cummins has ruled himself out for the Melbourne Test match because he reckoned that I'm coming off a back injury. Playing back-to-back tests was always going to be a concern. He said that had this news come 5 years ago, he would have been very nervous about it. But now he agrees that, okay, I know that I'm just recovering from a back injury. I've not had that much of warm-up preparation time. I had to come for the test match in Adelaide, and that is the reason why he stepped up to the plate. But putting the stress on the body for Melbourne and further getting ruled out for a longer period of time, he didn't want to risk it. So, Captain Pat Cummins has ruled himself out for the Boxing Day Test match. So, who will captain? If Steve Smith recovers, he will recover. Could it be Alex Carey? Could it be Marnus Labuschagne? We don't know at this point in time. So, that's why Cummins ruling himself out kind of dulls the afterglow of the win. Now, Nathan Lyon. It's all but confirmed that Nathan Lyon is going to miss the remainder of the Ashes test. He was on crutches because he had suffered a hamstring injury and looks like a tear. And it looks to be a long one on the sidelines for Nathan Lyon. It will be so frustrating. Didn't get to play in the pink ball test match in Brisbane as well as in Jamaica. Played the Perth test but only got a couple of overs in. Here he looked to be back to his best. Nathan Lyon had picked up 3 wickets, but now he's ruled out for the remainder of the Ashes. That's a huge blow for him. And that is why, who will be the spinner? Will it be Kuhnemann? Will it be Murphy? That remains to be seen at this point in time. But Cummins reckons that where did England lose the Ashes in Adelaide? It was day 2. Day 2, he said, it was very surprising because it was hot and the pitch was flat, over 40 degrees, and the pitch was flat. They shut up shop for half the day, which I was happy with. England showed absolutely no intent. They were content on playing the 90s style attritional game. They were looking for a framework, they were looking for something which was working. But ensuring that they shut up shop meant that Australia could always dictate terms. And that is why they got bogged down. So England lost the initiative to press home the advantage on day 2. And that's where Cummins believes the Ashes was lost. But if Cummins is not there, Lyon is not there, who is going to ensure that Scott Boland and Mitchell Starc have a lesser workload? Because now remember, Starc and Boland will have to weather the workload in Melbourne as well. Cummins believes both Starc and Boland are fully fit. Good luck telling them they won't be playing. Boland, he will never want to miss a chance to play in front of his home fans at Melbourne. Starc in the past was dropped from so many Boxing Day tests, he felt that no, I just don't deserve this. He vocally said that I am fit to play in every test match. So Starc will also want to play in Melbourne. So that's why Boland and Starc, if you have to look at it, Doggett, Neser, they will then have to step up in a big way in Melbourne. But with the 3-0 sweep that you're looking at currently in straight sets, are Australia gunning for a final? Because remember, England haven't won a single test in Australia since 2010-11. Are Australia thinking about final? Cummins was very down to earth with that. He said that final would be good. I will take 3-0, 3-2, 4-0, 4-1. I'll take anything. Our goal was to win the Ashes. Mission accomplished. So that is why now he's not going further, but he's determined to ensure that we will win Melbourne and Sydney as well. Now, prior to the start of the Ashes, Stuart Broad, the former England pace bowler, had mentioned that this is the weakest Australian team and the worst Australian team since he has seen since 2010-11. On that, Cummins didn't want to retort much on it. He said that you don't know how it will pan out. A lot of the chat before the series was how evenly poised it is. I mean, come to think about it, see, England were preparing for the Ashes 2025 3 years ago, when they changed their entire template. But they were undone by their own arrogance and lack of preparation, and that is why they are now 3-0 down. Ashes gone. Another 4 years they'll have to wait before they try to get the urn back in Aussie shows. But then there were a lot of dodgy decisions. Snickometer in particular. If England had a bad Ashes test, Snickometer had a horrible test match. Now there are questions raised over the validity of it. How do you ensure that? Is that a factor which will dull this win? Cummins believes sometimes it doesn't feel consistent. You crack on whatever the umpire says. Typical Aussie mentality. You move on. You don't dwell on the past, like how England and India often do. They dwell on the past. Oh, the umpire cost us the game. Oh, Sydney Gate was there because of umpire Steve Buckner. That is not a champion mentality at all. England are called some unparliamentary names because of that. India are getting there. So that is why whatever the umpire says, just move on. Mission accomplished. Ashes once again in Australia's pockets. But Cummins will not play Melbourne. Lyon out of the series. Australia will have to dig really deep. But they are confident that they can do it. So Melbourne in 4 days' time should be very, very interesting in more ways than one. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.